Hello guys, I'm the CEO and founder of Crypto Data, and actually even though crypto comes from cryptography, so we do cryptography, not cryptocurrencies, but it's quite fun, nowadays people confuse it so much. So you see, I'm Ovidiu Toma, and I grew up in Romania. I'm a Romanian, born in Romania, from a very nice average family. My mom is a doctor, my dad is an engineer, so actually back in the childhood, they offered me education. They actually inspired me for education. But I had to grow myself. I had to actually set my own targets, and I had to actually design my own future. So the beauty actually is, when I was young, is that cliche. There's people who look at the glass is half empty or the glass is half full. So the optimists and the pessimists. I was like, things gotta have a glass. I'll fill it somehow. So yep, this is me when I was young. And I think it looks quite like me today. So I was that kind of a geek. Imagine this picture was taken when I was 10. First of all, I am and I was very patriot. So as you can see, I was wearing a tie with the Romanian flag. And actually even today, I have the tie somewhere at home, very well preserved. Then my geek glasses, which I still wear today while working on the computer. Then, of course, wearing a watch since I was young till today and onwards, so I still have that passion, and that I like it. Computer, the books behind me, so I had the entire geek recipe at home. That is when I was 10. And back in the days, my father inspired me about computers, my father inspired me about technology, so I kept thinking about how I can improve the things I have, how I can improve the things around me. I never took them for granted. I never took the computer as is. Okay, my parents gave me a computer, so then, okay, I'll play computer games. No, actually, my parents gave me a computer, and I tried to update and upgrade and break it apart, rebuild it, just because I was 10. So I was a kid studying. I went to a Romanian school at first, then I went to Romanian high school. Actually, the guy on the camel behind me, it's actually my former high school director, the principal of my high school, the Colegiul Național Cantemir Vodă. That's a very nice computer science college here in Romania. So actually I went to a high school, and I felt teachers were actually my friends, and they were guiding me towards the success. So that was very, very cool. Actually, my teacher was a mathematics teacher, and he inspired me into building actually what we called at the time the business incubator for software and e-learning. So the teacher was actually the math teacher, and he gave us the direction, and me together with some friends, we constituted a team of software developers. Yeah, imagine software developers at grade 10. So we started building software for e-learning back when I was actually probably 16, 17. Then, of course, I had to choose to go to university, and that's the first risk I took, and that's the first card I drew in my life. Imagine, as probably in any family, the parents told me, okay, son, you have to go to Polytechnics University because we have to show off and show to the relatives and blah, 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 blah. You know, that normal story that we have to show the others that our family goes and stays on the peaks. So of course I said, yeah, but it makes no sense to go to university in Romania because I don't want only to study, I want to take chances and build a business while I study. I want to end up at university knowing as once business, on the other hand, being educated. So in my mind at that time, I couldn't have done that going to Polytechnics. So I said, okay, guys, I take the first chance, the first risk. I told my mom and dad I'd go take the exam in Polytechnics. I got admitted, 90-something points. And I said, you see this admission? Yeah, show it to the relatives. I'm going to Switzerland. I'm going to study University of Geneva in Switzerland, computer science. So I did. I went to the university in Switzerland, studied for about 4 years computer science. Actually, I focused myself only on computer science and physics. All the other things around me, fortunately or unfortunately, I never paid that much attention to the other classes of, I don't know what kind of chemistry or biology or whatever we had to study at the time, just because I wanted to be focused on computers, the computers I liked, the technology I like, and I wanted actually to build up a future into this direction. So actually I even started my first business while I was studying the university in Geneva. Then later I had to exit and sell the business, not because I wanted to, just because my student visa was expiring at that time, so I couldn't actually continue unless I applied for citizenship and blah, 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 blah. So actually my first business exit was when I was 21. I had a huge bag of money, thinking, okay, where should I go? I came back to Romania. At the time, LED, which is very, very, common today. At that time, LED was something unknown, a diode. So I was the first to take a chance to build an LED lights factory in Romania. As strange as it might sound, back in 2008, nobody actually considered manufacturing, building a factory in Romania from scratch, age 21, 22, in actually a field of activity nobody ever heard of. So I did. I took that chance and I ran that business for like 4.5 years till I sold it again and I made a new business exit. Of course, meanwhile, my passion, my hobby, and still today is motorsport. So somehow I was all the time close to motorsport and to sports. And actually, this is one of my race things. Leaving the joke aside, of course, I was in motorsport, in karting and rally championship. But actually, this is the best car I ever drove. It's actually a Red Bull competition. I won in Romania here back in 2011, I guess. So that's actually a snail. So we had to go downhill at the Palace of Parliament in a actually home-built snail. So I won the competition, and I was very happy at the time. Now, leaving the joke aside, of course. So I ended up selling my LED factory, my lights factory. So of course, coming from technology, coming from graduating computer science for telecom industry, I considered, okay, what can I do in my life? What can I do with my life, and how I can improve technology around me? So at the time, there was this technology called blockchain around us. So I said, okay, sounds cool. Let's take a chance. What could possibly go wrong? Actually, that's one of the quotes in my life. What could possibly go wrong? Let's try. So, of course, I had the know-how, I had somehow the capital, and I started a business around a huge data center that later turned into a research and development facility in Buzău, a small city here in Romania. Actually, we built up one of the largest data centers in Europe. That was like 22 megawatts power. That's as much as probably a big neighborhood in Bucharest. So at the time, this blockchain technology sounded quite interesting. Sounded okay. It's a challenge. Let's take a chance. Let's try to innovate, improve, and do something with it. But of course, as you probably know, or I don't know how familiar you're with that, blockchain is not about cryptocurrencies. Blockchain is not a financial thing. Blockchain is a technology. Cryptocurrencies are actually a financial application. So actually, I never embraced and I never looked into the cryptocurrencies that much. Even today, I promote against cryptocurrencies because I really don't trust that thing. But indeed, I trust the technology in terms of what blockchain is and what decentralized technologies and cloud computing meant at that time. Long story short, we developed in Romania one of the largest research and development facilities, probably at least as much raw computing power as NASA had at that time, and I mean it, 20-something megawatts, that's as much computing power as NASA had at that time. So we said, okay, what can you do? By 2016, 2017, both me and my business partner, we iterated what we call today a voice over blockchain protocol. That's actually an IT architecture patent. That's actually the core of all the business later I've done and all the business later I do. Why? Developing actually a secured communication, secure data transmission protocol is actually the heart of literally everything around us today. So data transmission lies from microwave ovens to refrigerators, smartphones, computers, name it. Everything around us relies on data transmission. Whenever you develop something in terms of securing the data transmission, actually you achieve something. You innovate and you improve. And then going back to flexibility, what in the world can go wrong if I have a technology and I want to innovate or improve? So we said, okay, what could possibly go wrong? Let's try to innovate. What? Telecommunication industry. We're the first Romanian company, and I'm the first crazy guy who went in this industry. Actually, at that time, everybody considered smartphones industry. What and who can innovate, improve, develop something in this industry? We come from Romania, where in theory, in the eyes of the Americans, we're actually a third world country, a third hand country somewhere in Europe. Guess what? We proved we're not. We're the first Romanian company who started to develop a smartphone from scratch based on our technology, complete new approach, complete new operating system. Why? Just because we could. Just because we could and we wanted to take a chance to innovate and to come on an existing market with a new product. So usually in business, people look at an existing market, an existing product, and they try to compete it. And in my opinion, that's wrong. Why would I go in an existing market with a similar product like the others? Do I innovate? Do I improve? Do I bring some novelty in the market? Definitely not. That's actually an average business, and you'll never be able to grow that much. Developing actually a new product in an existing market, that sounds crazy, especially when you talk about telecommunications, smartphones, and these things where the others already have 20, 30, 40 years of experience up in front of you. But we did. We took the chance. We're from Romania. We're a self-finance company built by these two hands. So we ended up developing our own smartphone with our own operating system, competing Android, competing iOS, competing Windows in case of desktop computers. What could possibly go wrong again? Let's build a computer. So we did. We built a laptop from scratch here in Romania on these grounds based on our patents. Then we built computers and we built routers, we built the next generation of smartphones, but still that's not enough. So then again, what could possibly go wrong? Let's take some chances, let's take some risks. Where else we can bring our technology? In what other industry we can bring novelty and innovate? The automotive industry. What could possibly go wrong? We are Romanians coming from Romania. We can fight the others. We can fight Tesla. We can fight the big manufacturers, even though we don't consider ourselves manufacturers. But as of now, we hold over 90 patents of technology for automotive. And of course, technology. When you speak about technology, technology is not something you develop on your own computer in the office and that's it. Technology actually needs to fulfill a few steps. You develop at home in your computer, then you create proper documentation, you do proper patent, and the most complicated thing is to do actually the proof of concept. So to prove the others that technology is working. What could possibly go wrong? Let's build a hypercar in Romania. So we did. We developed a hypercar, an electric vehicle, 800 horsepower here in Romania, self-financed. And rather than competing Tesla, we chose actually to invite near us at the same table as our advisor, the founder of Tesla, Mr. Martin Eberhard. So we did. So we didn't want to compete him. We invited himself to be our advisor and to guide us properly in this industry. And then again, what could possibly go wrong? Flexibility. Where else we can innovate and bring novelty in some other industry? Let's take the aerospace industry. We're from Romania. We can do something. Just like Howard said, I'm somebody, I have a goal. So we built a satellite in Romania. We developed a satellite, we launched it in the stratosphere, not because we want to build satellites, just because we needed to build a proof of concept of a working satellite to prove our technology is reliable. So in Buzău County a few years ago, we built a satellite and launched it in the stratosphere. We were that crazy to actually do selfies of our smartphone from the stratosphere just to show the worldwide we can. So in terms of taking chances, taking risks and flexibility, definitely I consider for us is actually a way of building business, a way of living and a way of assuming things. And without taking risks, without being flexible, and without actually overpassing that misconception of I'm a Romanian and I cannot do. I come from a country which is actually corrupted and blah, 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 blah. No. Those things are gone long ago. You can do it even if you're from Romania. I could do it and nobody gave me nothing. I did it on my own. And I ended up building smartphones and vehicles and launching a satellite from Romania. So if I could, everybody can do it. That's actually the beauty of risk-taking, flexibility, perseverance, because of course I just presented you the success story of my business. Definitely there's probably 20 more projects that we failed before we reached success. I wouldn't go too far into that because it probably takes me an hour to discuss about success and 5 hours to explain those failed projects we've done in life. But yes, calculated risk is something, in my opinion, helps to evolve, to develop, and to create or to build in terms of business and not even. About surrounding yourself with champions, that's also a cool story. And each one of those pictures, and there's plenty of other pictures, each one of them has a very cool story behind. But I'll just name a few of the people who inspired me, whom... The thing is like this, inspiration will never come from stories, it will never come from looking actually at cartoons or soap operas. Inspiration comes in the moment you understand what's your future, you understand a role model will help you evolve and will help you grow. And in the moment you understand how your role model evolved in life, how your role model achieved success, that's actually the moment you will start developing yourself. You start actually achieving things. Of course, Dr. Obama, sister of the president of the US President, Mr. Barack Obama, used to be and he's still our mentor and our advisor. Vitalik Buterin is a guy I owe a lot of science and scientific achievements, because that guy is actually, for me, one of my first business partners back in the days, like 10 years ago. Martin Eberhard is still our very cool advisor and mentor, and this guy is the one who built Tesla, and he's the former CEO and the co-founder of Tesla. He even came to Romania a few times to meet us, to congratulate us, and so on. Of course, sports guys who all the time inspire me, even though I'm a fluffy bear and I never do sports, but I like looking at them. I try to achieve what they did, even though I never do it. And if you remember the title of my slide, and I will finish in a second, Lights to F1. Why? What it means? I mean, the journey of my business career by now started with actually a business in or manufacturing lights and LEDs. And where we are today, actually the highest risk we took in the past few years was actually we had at that time to make ourselves known to the market. We had to actually exceed the boundaries of Romania and go international, go in the worldwide market with products, with achievements, with technology, and so on. So we said, okay, we come from motorsport, we're passionate about technology, what could possibly go wrong? Motorsport is a very good way of doing marketing for a company, but in the end of the day, paying the others to do marketing for you, like sponsorships and this and that, and partnerships and marketing partnerships, is not that cool. We need to take the chance. We need to buy the marketing agency. And in our case, the marketing agency was a MotoGP team. So we're the proud owners from Romania, again, a handful of kids at Crypto Data, we're the proud owners of a MotoGP team. We're the first Romanian company who actually not only sponsors a worldwide motorsport championship, but we're the owners. So we took the highest risk in our life to buy the team as a marketing agency and to run a motorsport team on a worldwide level just to make ourselves known. And if that's not enough, we took another chance and we went also into Formula 1. So as of now, my company is in Formula 1, in MotoGP, and we develop technology from smartphones to satellites, electrical vehicles, and some other cool stories. So, if this is not enough to better understand if you're from Romania, you can do it, I don't know what else. Thanks, guys.